side we will overcome, yeah. Standing firm in defense of the future.
Celebrating a quarter century, United Way joins us on the Now Morning Show in form of the CEO, Gail Sooknarine, and the Resource Development Manager, Mr. Kendall Teloka. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm glad that you all are here because we are very familiar with the United Way name. And we have seen some of the work, but a celebration of 25 years is quite the occasion. So let me congratulate you first and foremost.
Thank you.
And then thank you for continuing to do that work. Now, Gail, for those who aren't familiar, though, the new generation, if you will, how do we describe the works of United Way and how do we come to celebrate that 25-year mark?
Right, so United Way is really about helping communities thrive. And so we've been here. It's an international brand with over 1,200 United Ways globally. And so in Trinidad, we've been doing community work for the last 25 years. So big milestone, and we plan to celebrate it with a wonderful event at the Hyatt Regency.
Now, if we were to give some of the milestones or major initiatives that United Way has undertaken here in Trinidad, could you list a couple for us?
Sure. So one of our bigger initiatives was staying with the Maruga community for about 7 or 8 years and doing a holistic program in schools, but also assisting the communities, because we do believe in community resiliency. So how can we work with communities to make them self-sufficient? And I would say that's one of the longer impact programs that we did ourselves. Of course, over the years, we partnered with quite a number of NGOs, so supporting their programs.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm familiar with that Mariga project, especially because it is one of the longer standing and substantial projects that any NGO has endeavored in Trinidad. So definitely one that you are going to be celebrating at this grand gala. And in that case, Kendall, tell me a little bit about the theme, United is the Way. How will that unfurl at the event?
So United is the Way really celebrates the fact that you can't go this alone. And it takes the entire nation coming together, whether it be non-profits, community-based organizations, the government, as well as private sector coming together to really change and transform lives throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And United is the Way theme celebrates exactly that. And that's what we want to amplify at the gala event itself. That for the next 25 years that we have again to go as United Way, that we are going to do it collaborating, partnering, and working together with all entities in Trinidad and Tobago to make our nation a better place.
Speak it into being another 25. I hope that you are ready because it is a lot of work. So this celebration is almost like, well, yes, a culmination of that work, if you will, and perhaps inspiring towards more. This particular event, though, as a gala, is also a networking opportunity and a few other things enthralled in there. Tell me a little bit as to what the night would look like.
Sure. So the evening is really about celebrating our partners, right? And over the years, we've had some very big supporters in the corporate community. And even for this event, so we have some platinum sponsors for the event, and that would be First Citizens Bank, Scotiabank, Republic Bank, Hyatt, and Atlantic LNG. And without them, we couldn't do the event tonight. But of course, the work that we would have been doing across 25 years as well. And the night is supposed to be one of celebratory excitement. We have some speakers, we have live entertainment, and it will be a good opportunity to connect with some of the leaders in Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, some of the beneficiaries as well, or our community partners who's worked with us over the years.
That makes complete sense. United is the Way, so you're bringing everybody to one space. That means they're heading to the Hyatt on the 19th, so that is Sunday.
Yes, Sunday the 19th of October.
Sunday the 19th, best month of the year, at 5 p.m. at the Hyatt Regency. Now, there was a highlight journey that was shared, building a network of trust, creating a thriving United Way. How has the United Way adapted these strategies over the years to address evolving community needs? Because you continuously have to almost change that theme, if you will, as things evolve. So how have you done that? And that 25 years you talk about in the future, how will we see it unfolding as well?
Well, when we started off 25 years ago, we started off as an NGO that was raising funds to help build capacity of other NGOs. And how we have evolved is that we have also developed our own programs besides working with other NGOs, because we see that there are gaps in society that no one NGO can fill by themselves. So we realize that in order to evolve and grow past this 25 years is that we have to leverage partnerships, but we also have to look at doing research in communities because so much changes within such short periods of time that we have to do the research necessary to develop programs that are relevant to communities and that they would be able to benefit from and not only use to thrive by themselves, but also to survive any other changes that they encounter.
Beautiful stuff that we could definitely continue to use. But tell me then, as much as we are here to talk about the Gala, how we can be involved in other ways. I mean, when we talk about NGOs, we always talk about manpower, volunteering, partnering. How can we be part of United Way?
Well, we would have had the Day of Caring back in May. So volunteerism is definitely a part of who we are and our DNA. So volunteerism is one way you could get involved. But the lifeblood of United Way, or any NGO for that matter, is donations. And we look at donations as strategic investments in communities themselves. It's not just, you give a little dollar and it would help to make a change, but it really helps to transform lives. So donating is very important to us, and it helps our programs to make that impact.
Gail, you did mention as well, in terms of collaborating and making sure those things happen, that this event will do exactly that and continue to help other people to see the value in that. Tell me, for those interested in the Gala, the key details they need to know. We've got the date, we've got the location, we've got the time. Let's talk dress code and fun stuff now.
Right. So it is a gala. So it's a formal event, a night to be able, or an evening I should say, to be able to get dressed up and come out and enjoy some of the excitement. We do have some other activities that we want as a surprise for the night, of course.
You were sharing, she said it was a surprise.
Yeah, so we don't want to sell everything out. But the funds raised from that event at the Gala, and of course other contributions that individuals and corporate make to us, is really about pooling those resources together so that we could do longer term programs. So we do have our Building Bridges program that's focused in primary schools primarily, and it is a multi-year program because, like we spoke about the Maruga project, it's staying with schools and communities across multiple years. And what do we need? We usually need funds that we could plan for those events for a long time.
So this one is definitely, as always, for a beautiful cause.
And to be able to expand our programs.
Fantastic stuff. And granted then that we have the gist of the event itself, and the others we should add on our calendar, because you mentioned the Day of Care and others that you usually have, any that we should be looking forward to in the future?
Well, for next year, we will have the Day of Caring again, probably around April or May. And then we are looking to do something with our NGO partners as a forum next year as well, to bring their, I guess, experiences to the fore and how we partner together in order to transform lives in Trinidad and Tobago. So it's something to look forward to next year also.
For sure, for sure. And I know there are things that you'd like to add, yes?
For the Day of Caring, we usually start to plan that from January. So, I mean, I think if corporations want to get involved in that, or communities, is really, start thinking about projects from January and, of course, getting involved so that we could plan easily for execution in May.
That was exactly where my train of thought was. What, not just in terms of what to do to be prepared for that Day of Caring or any other endeavor, but what sorts of key elements United Way would look at for an organization that they would want to partner with, perhaps. If someone is looking on and thinking, oh, wait, maybe I should invest or become a part of, what are some of the key components that we'd look for in an NGO, an individual, or project that you'd want to jump on?
So alignment to our priority areas, and that's across education, health, financial stability, and of course community resiliency. And so once it's aligned to our priority areas and of course our ethos, you get involved with us.
We can unite. See what I did there? Well, I'm hoping that people will make sure that they come out to this Gala event, because as much as you mentioned partners being there, this is open to everyone, yes?
Yes.
As far as getting tickets goes, how can we do that?
So you can contact our office. We have Daryl at 717-8630. And then Linda, of course. Linda is 680-0001.
Nice number.
Easy number.
Yeah.
Very, yes. Or contact us on email, unitedway@uwtt.com.
You know, we shouldn't be good last minute. We still have tickets available,
still
but
have
because the
tickets.
event is happening on Sunday, any close-off dates or anything like that we should note?
Probably Friday before.
Probably Friday.
Please, guys.
Yes.
Please. They shouldn't get them in advance because you also want to make sure that you are well dressed. It is a formal gala event and it's happening at the Hyatt 5 p.m. on Sunday, the 19th of October. So again, I thank you for the works that you have done. But Gail, in terms of letting the nation know that United Way will be here for another 25 years. Any closing messages or parting thoughts that you want to share with us?
So we currently, we are involved currently, like Kendall says, having community conversations. So with the communities we work with and even new communities, because Kendall mentioned it. Each community is actually very unique and different, and their needs would be different. And I would say anybody who wants to partner with us or who wants to get involved in some of those conversations with us, we'd be open to that. That would be wonderful.
Fantastic stuff. Those conversations and more will be happening, at least not just through United Way, but here on the Now after these messages. Stick around, guys. We've got more when we come back.
Oftentimes I wonder